Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Serengeti Synergy. Today I want to discuss a crisis that should deeply concern all of us. It's a story filled with fear, it's a story filled with faith, and unfortunately, an overwhelming amount of silence. The ongoing persecution and killing of Christians in Nigeria. Let me start with a question. Have you ever imagined waking up to a world where each particular day you're quite uncertain about your home, about your church, even about your life? For millions of Christians in Nigeria, this is just not a nightmare. This is the painful reality. The numbers are quite staggering. Nigeria is tragically at the epicenter of Christian martyrdom. In the last 14 years by themselves, we have seen at least 52,000 Christians have been killed for their faith. To put that into perspective, that's more than the population of several small towns everywhere you live, completely vanished because of what they believe in. These figures are just not statistics. These represent fathers, mothers, children, entire communities that have been torn apart because of violence and the faith that they follow. Violence shows no signs of slowing down. This year, during Holy Week, a period that should symbolize hope and renewal, nearly 200 Christians were murdered in Plateau and Benue states. Palm Sunday saw about 56 lives lost in a single village. Imagine gathering with the people that you love to worship, only to have your sanctuary transformed into a scene of utmost horror. The brutality is beyond words. Attackers set fire to homes and churches, forcing thousands and thousands of people, primarily women and children, to flee to an uncertain future. In Borno State, 12 churches were destroyed in a single raid, leaving over 4,000 people without homes overnight. What perhaps is the most heart-wrenching is the response or lack thereof to all this attack and violence that has been going on. Time and again, security forces arrive too late, if they show up at all. In some instances, authorities go as far as to disarm Christian villagers, leaving them quite defenseless. It leaves us questioning, why is so little being done? Why are the cries of all these people being met with silence? Nigeria is home to about 100 million Christians, nearly 46% of the population. Yet for many, each and every single day is a struggle to survive. One pastor put it this way, and I quote, "We live in constant fear. Every day could be our last." And yet, the world barely takes notice. We have seen minimal international pressure being put on this issue, and the Nigerian government itself, the efforts that they have put through are disappointing at best. Local church leaders are desperately calling for assistance from anyone who can hear, warning that their lives and existence are actually at stake. So what do we do about this? First, we refuse to turn a blind eye. Let's share these stories, support the organizations that are actively doing work on the ground, and rally up action from our leaders in every country in Africa where we actually live. Silence in the face of suffering is a choice that we cannot afford to make. Let's remember this. These are just not numbers or statistics. These are our brothers and sisters in faith, and these are our fellow African people. Their pain should not only move us, their courage should inspire us, as their struggle should ignite a call for action from all of us, every single African. Thank you for tuning in to this mini podcast. Let's keep the conversation alive. Let's not forget about Nigeria. Until next time, one Africa, one people, one destiny.